Welcome everyone. This is Like It's 1985. This is an installment of Something Old, Something New number 5. Today we're going to look at Megatron, both in his Generation 1 incarnation as well as his Robots in Disguise classic Voyager incarnations. Now, just a little bit about Megatron and the Generation 1 Megatron. As anybody who is my age, I'm 34, can relate, growing up in the 80s, Megatron, Generation 1 Megatron was one of those classic Transformer toys. The ones that I never had this as a kid, but you always knew somebody. You always knew a friend of a friend or a friend that had a Megatron. The top three Transformers that I can remember that I always was amazed by was, of course, Generation 1 Megatron, Generation 1 Optimus Prime, Generation 1 Jetfire, and you can even consider also Generation 1 Shockwave. So if we take a look at the box, it's a really nice Generation 1 box. Even this piece here is fairly in good condition. If we rotate around here, got some side pictures there, as well as the classic transformation sequence at the top that all Generation 1 boxes had. Moving to the back, we have the classic first wave cover on the back with this nice scene, battle scene. And of course we have the tech specs and the robot points. Okay, so we have Generation 1 Megatron out of his box. First thing you notice about picking this up is it's got a nice weight and heft to it, and that's because it's got die-cast parts to it. Yes, very nice. As you can see, nice chrome on the top here. The trigger does work. Yeah, so very nice. Now, if that wasn't enough, it does have a scope that you can slide right on there. And you have a muzzle, which slides onto the tip of the gun. And in addition, you have this nice stock, which you can slide on here. So yeah, you've got this very nice, awesome looking weapon. To begin the transformation, go ahead and pull down the legs and then separate them. To bring out the feet, go ahead and slide the feet forward. And then just kind of, they're on a hinge, so just fold them forward like that. Take this piece here, which will separate and become the hands, and kind of just leave them back there like that for now. For the barrel section, what you want to do is lift this piece up here like this, freeze that up, and then you want to bring this down and around like that. Then go ahead and bring up the top part, and what you need to do, there's this piece here, it's going to slide into a groove down here where my finger is. Kind of use some force with your finger on this piece of plastic here, and it should snap in place like so. For the arms, you want to extend these out like that, and then there's a slider which will slide out the hands. Same thing over here, and slide out the hands. Once you've got that done, there's a piece where you have a dramatic chest reveal, as you can see, like that, and it goes up like that, see? To complete Megatron, go ahead and slide on his fusion cannon. Just wanted to point out real quick where all the die-cast parts are. It's worth noting because this is Generation 1. You've got die-cast in the feet, the legs, this metal section here. You even have die-cast in these hinges that actuate the arms. Very, very cool. And here we have Megatron in all his glorious robot mode. I want to just make a side note real quick here. If you're a collector of Generation 1 vintage Transformer toys, you'll know that there's oftentimes issues with the legs being loose or some other part. This is very nice, very, very nice example of in very good condition Generation 1 Megatron. Believe it or not, before making this video, I had not transformed this guy ever in my entire life. Like I said, as a kid, never had him. So it was quite a neat experience to transform them for the first time. Sometimes you'll have problems where the leg joints will slip down into the plastic casing because there's so much wear on the plastic or on the die-cast metal. Not so in my example, so I'm really pleased with that. On the inside of his leg, for example, he has nice stickers present, even stickers here and here. So here we have Robots in Disguise, Classics Voyager Megatron. Yes, this is a Voyager-sized figure, and because it's that size of a figure, it does have a decent heft to it when you actually hold it in your hand. Despite being made of all plastic, it does have a nice heft to it, so that's good. Very nice gun mode. As you can see, I've got it standing on its handle. What I've done is I've extended the heel and the foot, which will be for the part that will become the leg in robot mode, so you can kind of see it stands really nice like that, kind of like Generation 1 Shockwave. You've got a nice color scheme, dark purple, black, white, translucent lime green plastic in the barrel of the gun. Got a very nice raised deep purple Decepticon logo in the scope. And if you take a look at the scope, you can see that you can actually see through it, and there is a crosshairs there as well. So to begin the transformation, what you want to do is go ahead and split the sides of the gun. Gonna get your fingers in there and split it apart. And we might as well go ahead and just take this piece and it rotates back like that. Later will become the wings, just to get it out of the way for now. You can take the scope, kind of extend it out this way, take this piece, rotate it around, and this piece tabs into there, like that. This comes down and then rotates around, become one of his arms. I can bring out the hand while we're working on the top part of him. This piece comes down and his head comes up, tabs back in place like that. This piece goes in here like that, clicks very nicely in there. Rotate the shoulder around so you've got the purple facing you. He does have a little hand here if you open up this piece here and bring out the hand. It's like so. For the legs, just go ahead and bring them down like this. And then on his left leg, we'll go ahead and extend out the heels and the foot. And the last step for the legs you want to do is you want to, this plastic piece, this purple piece slides up like that. And it may not show up very well, but it's got kind of some detailing there as well. Okay, for the back here, what you want to do is you want to rotate the piece like this. As you can see, there's a little tab here. It's going to go into this slot right there. And what you want to do as you're pushing this up, you want to fold this against this piece here. So you've got it flat against it like that. And it simply tabs in like that. And you've got yourself a nice pair of wings. With this arm, just go ahead and move the scope down here and it kind of slots into place like that. As far as articulation goes, his wings can go in and out like that. He has a ball jointed head, so he has a wide range of movement there as well. Shoulders can go 360. And then you've got arm movement like this. Swivel like that. Bend at the elbow. No wrist articulation. As far as his hips go, there's no waist articulation, by the way. As far as his hips go, in and out like that, back, out like that. Swivel at the upper leg, bend at the knee. As you can see, because of the articulation, he can kneel, which is nice. Final thoughts, absolutely love both of these figures. With the newer version, I like the fact that they stuck with their guns, no pun intended, and that they actually had a gun alt mode. You know, we've seen Megatron in various incarnations, you know, tank modes and other forms, but I think that was kind of maybe sort of a risk for Hasbro to take, to actually have a gun mode, even though it was, you know, it's obviously a toy-looking gun. But it was definitely, I would think, a nice homage to Generation 1, and that's awesome. Recommendations for Generation 1 Megatron. Make sure you get a nice condition Megatron. It's going to be, the experience you'll have is going to be so much better if your leg joints can stay up like this, like they do, that you've got everything nice and stiff and not loose. If those conditions are met and the overall appearance is good, and you have the stickers, I can say definitely recommended. Just buyer beware with these older Transformers, of course. Just so you know. But if you can find one like I did, and I think I lucked out because it wasn't until now that I realized how good of a Generation 1 Megatron I had, then definitely I recommend it for a Generation 1 enthusiast. Or if you're a newer Transformer fan, a younger fan of Transformers, and you like what you see, definitely pick them up as well. Like I was saying earlier, definitely nice to have the die-cast parts to them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This has been my review. Something old, something new. Number 5, Megatron.